Hey everyone, welcome back to GL Spinners. Bringing you another new Spinner Day video today. We're looking at the Very Dapper from Kepler Technologies. I purchased this one off Fidget HQ and it came in the mail today. Comes in a nice tin. Kepler doesn't put a name or a logo on their tins, but it does have a small sticker on it to signify which metal you purchased. It's also got nice foam inside to protect it during shipping. I'm always glad when you get a tin, just keeps everything safe. One bonus that you get with Kepler spinners is they send an extra set of buttons. So if you're not a fan of the design that they put on their buttons on the Very Dapper, these come with a clean standard set of stainless steel buttons. While I've never had to replace buttons due to damage, one nice thing about it is because these are standard R188 sized, they'll fit the majority of other metal spinners. So if you want to put it on another spinner just to change the look, you can. So let's take a look at the spinner itself. It's a pretty standard sized tri-arm spinner, but it does weigh in at a hefty 79 grams. End to end, it's going to measure 2¼ inches. And you can see they kept the Dapper design on this, which the Dapper is their popular bar spinner. If you want to see my full review on it, check it out here. The Dapper had 3 cuts on the arms, which they continued this on the Very Dapper, but they curved the cuts and smoothed them out, and that's important. A complaint about the Dapper was that the cuts had sharp edges on the top and bottom of the arms. That's not the case with the Very Dapper. They smooth these over very nicely. No hard edges, it's very smooth. And that goes for the rest of the spinner itself too. The frame and all the edges are well machined, no real hot spots or rough areas, and everything just feels good in hand. They also built up the area between the arms to really give you a nice groove for your fingers. So let's talk about the spin. It's well balanced spinner, it's got a nice smooth spin. There's no real wobble, and if you weren't a fan of the Dapper because of that, or you just don't like bar spinners, that disappears with the Very Dapper. Since it is a tri-arm, you get that gyroscopic effect. And I mean, like I said, it's a nice consistent spin. You get a nice design with the concentric circles from the cuts in the arms, and everything on it seems to be put together pretty nicely. In hand, it's really nice to fidget with. You can flick it, push it, pull it however you want. You can see the nice groove there in the corner between the arms, and that gives you a really hard spin one-handed, which I'm a fan of. I fidget most of the time one-handed, so that's a nice feature. So let's take a look at the buttons. They are the same exact buttons that came on the Dapper. One side you've got the Kepler Technologies logo on it, and on the other side you've got some wording and then kind of like a fingerprint design. They are concave, and the writing does have a little bit of texture to it, so it does make for a pretty decent grip. They're not as large as I prefer, but they do work well. They are threaded like the majority of metal spinners, and underneath you can see we've got a nice R188 bearing, and then my favorite threaded bearing lock. I'll never complain about this. It makes for easy cleaning and maintenance as always, so I'm always glad it's on a spinner. So, as always, took it out of the box prior to the video, did a table spin, and I got over 5 minutes on it. And that's a good spin time. The arms have that extra weight on both sides, and the small cutouts around the center help to push that weight to the edge, which is going to increase that spin. So let's talk about value on this. This spinner currently runs for $32.99 on Fidget HQ. They also have it in a black coated version for $34.99. This mid-range metal spinner market is really becoming pretty competitive, but the Very Dapper is a great option to start out with. Or, I mean, because of the price of it, it makes a great one to just add to your collection. I purchased a lot of these mid-range spinners, and you know, this one's a definite buy. So let's look at it compared to some other similar spinners for reference. You can see here on the right, I've got the Tri-Mini Falcon, pretty similar sized. And then here on the left, I've got the Cortex Mini. So it is going to be a little bit larger than the Cortex Mini, but like I said, it's very similar to that Tri-Mini Falcon. The Dapper is going to feel a little bit denser than the Mini Falcon, but that's because my version of this is in titanium. So let me know what you think about the Very Dapper. Do you own it? Did you buy the original Dapper? Let me know down in the comments below. If you've got any questions, as always, put them down there. I'll do my best to answer them. If you like the video, be sure and hit that thumbs up. And if you want to see more spinner content and reviews, make sure and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good one.